When people travel to the Morris Arboretum in the Chestnut Hill section of Philadelphia, it's usually the beautiful gardens with thousands of flowers and plants from across the globe that bring them closer to nature. But it's the first thing they see when they step out of their cars that is an important environmental success story. Arboretum officials say this is the first porous parking lot built in the United States. 18 inches of stone and 2 layers of fabric sit under the porous asphalt. Snow and rain filter through the layers and then fill underground wells.
The driveway is a non-porous, but it has a 2% slope either way. So water that comes onto the non-porous goes onto the porous, and the porous parking lot, which is below us, is able to take 1 inch of rain an hour. If we get more than 1 inch an hour, we do have an overflow system, which in the corner of each parking lot, we have a drain. These drains are not your typical sewer drains. These drains actually lead to corrugated pipes that run underneath the 18 inches of stone so that they would fill up with water and actually percolate into the soil below. So these are this is our backup, but I've yet to see, even during the heaviest rains, this porous parking lot not be able to handle the rain. Also, when the tubes get filled, our third backup is it goes over a baffle to another pipe, and then as you can see behind me, it goes to the end of the parking lot, down the hill into our wetlands. We have a wetlands at the bottom of the hill when you first come into the Arboretum. It fills up the wetlands, and then if there's any extra water left, it does go into the Wissahickon. But I would say 80 to 90% stays on the property during a good rainfall.
Runoff from traditional parking lots carry waste and pollutants into streams and rivers.
Parking lots are not just a big source of a volume of runoff, but they are a big source of dangerous contaminants that enter into our waterways.
The Arboretum uses several other types of green technology to collect and use rainwater. Roofs with plants and flowers help collect precipitation that slowly drains into large silos. A system of chains moves storm water from roof gutters into underground cisterns. The water is used to help irrigate parts of the Arboretum. After 25 years, the parking lot had to be resurfaced in 2015. Arboretum personnel checked on the condition of the stonework beneath the surface.
What we found was the stone was still 85% permeable, and the 15% that was still in the stone was actually heavy metals. So that we found that the stones acted as a filter to keep the heavy metals out of our water.
Wilson says the rock and fabric underneath the asphalt here needed no repair, demonstrating the durability of this type of green infrastructure.
These porous paving parking lots have a long life cycle when it comes to managing stormwater runoff volume and improving water quality, and that's a tremendous benefit to communities, and it also means that it's a tremendous value for every dollar invested.
Another positive feature, black ice doesn't form on the porous parking lot surfaces. The water drains before it freezes. Under the Clean Water Act, communities are required to use best management practices to reduce the impact of stormwater.
Pretty much every community in the nation has a parking lot somewhere, and everybody who has development in their communities, which is all of us, have stormwater issues that need to be managed. Porous paving parking lots are an important part of the solution for all of us. Every time a new parking lot is built, every time an old parking lot is resurfaced or upgraded, there is an opportunity for a porous paving parking lot that we should be taking advantage of. Every analysis that I've seen where there's been a comparison of cost, the porous paving parking lot, when you take into consideration the land saved from traditional stormwater management that would have to accompany a traditional parking lot, and really all of the infrastructure, when you look at all of the elements of the parking lot itself and managing the stormwater off of the parking lot, a porous paving parking lot often costs less than a traditional parking lot with its traditional stormwater management practices, or at the very least is equal to in cost.